Okay guys, welcome back to Jack of All Trades. Today we're going to be taking you through how to build a vegetable rack that can produce 4 heads of lettuce per week. This video is going to cover seed to harvest, to measurements on the shelves, to lights, to power readings, to wiring. This is a long video, so if you're interested, it's going to take over an hour to cover everything. I decided to release this in one part. Hopefully you guys appreciate that, because and if you like what you see, support my channel, subscribe, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. It's hard to sit here and find time to make these videos for you guys, being a truck driver. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If not, well, I'm sure there's lots more videos you can watch on YouTube. So part 1, we're going to go to the video right now. I wrote this down in sections so you guys can follow along. The first part is going to be 7 weeks to harvest. So let's go to the video clips now and enjoy this presentation.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? I'll just breathe in. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? I'll just breathe in. Flashing red lights, driving at night. Windowless ride, feeling alive. Nothing in sight, forever in flight. Follow those lines, we'll make it this time. Blurry street lights, work as a guide to memories that we're making tonight. Oh yeah, we'll make it tonight. Yeah. I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what I gotta do. Life's too short to care about what you can't afford. Memories are in what you explore, so just don't be ignored. Go ask for more, go ask for more. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I want to visit. Are you alive? I'll just breathe in. Cause I've been living life right like I could just...
Okay guys, and the next part is part 2. It's going to be cleaning and prepping and planting for the next cycle. So we're going to take you to those clips right now.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade.
Some people can use for grow media, there's like sponges and Rockwell and a whole bunch of other stuff. But this is the cheapest way you can grow lettuce without having to pay a lot of money for grow media. So when you're done with the clay pebbles, make sure you throw them in the oven for about 10-15 minutes at 200, 300 degrees, just to kill the bacteria off the clay pebbles, and then you can reuse them again. So let's go back to the footage.
As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away. Cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love?
Okay guys, this is part 3 here. The next clips are going to be covering transferring the plants from week 4 over to your individual grow containers. So enjoy the next clips.
what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying, get on board. We're smiling on top of the world. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're smiling on top of the world.
Okay, welcome to part 4. The next clips are going to be thinning out the seedlings and removing the domes. So this is week 3. Okay, the next section is part 5. We're going to be putting clay pebbles into the net cups. We're going to be putting 2 seedlings in each net cup. We're going to be spraying the domes, filling up the solution all the way to the top with 5 millimeters of fertilizer. I ran some tests because this has been going on for over 2 months now, this experiment, and I had a lot of failures, and I'll just share a couple with you before we go to that clip. The first test was I ran seedlings into clay pebbles and tried to remove the roots, and I ended up finding that I was damaging the roots. That didn't work too well. I lost most of my plants. The second thing I did was put the seedlings into the net cups on top of the clay pebbles and carefully put water on top of the seedlings, and I had a 100% success rate. I had better success rate when I put the solution into the seedling water with shock. What I mean by that is when I took the plants and I transferred them from the seedling over to the individual trays, they were stunted for growth for a little bit because they had to get used to from going from water over to fertilizer. So then I tried the seedlings in fertilizer from birth, from the beginning of sprout. There's no shock between the time you transfer them to the next bins. They flourish. There's no delay, no dead growth that happens. You don't get any tip burn, any yellow leaves. Like, you end up with perfect plants. So the next clip will cover the 100% success rate I've had doing seedlings in 5 millimeters of solution, bringing the water level all the way up to the net cups, and then putting the domes on, putting spray water into the domes. And I also tried the cycle, doing a 2-week, 3-week planting cycle, and I ended up with the 4-week cycle. Seeds the next week, domes on. The 3rd week, domes off, thinning out the plants. And then by the 4th week, the center root grew outside the net cup and was long enough to fit into the individual tubs. And at this point, by doing it on week 4, I ended up with a 100% success rate. By week 3, some of the plants were stunted. So anyway, let's go to that clip and enjoy the video. Okay, now that we've covered the seedlings from seed to harvest, we're going to need to talk about the actual measurements, preparing the bins, how to build this thing. So first thing we're going to do is show you how to drill the holes in top of the lids. I ended up purchasing a 1 7/8 hole drill bit. It's like a circular bit. You'll see it in the next clip. And if you just follow how to drill the holes, you won't damage your lids. You'll end up with nice clean hole cuts. I did not cover in this video the seedling trays. You're going to need, you can see them in the clips. You need to drill 4 holes staggered, but I didn't show that. I only showed the single hole being drilled in each bin. So we're going to go to that clip right now. You can watch it. And we discussed the drill bit, the procedure, and you can watch me do it. And do it yourself, and that way you don't damage your lids when you drill these holes. Okay guys, welcome to part 7. We're going to be going to a set of clips, how to prepare your bins, protect them from light so that there's no algae growth. You need to cover the bins to prevent light from getting in to the roots. You have a choice. You can tape them, or you can put paint, or you can paint them, whatever you feel comfortable with. I opted to paint them, or not paint them, I opted to tape them. And just so you know, I didn't cover this, but I used 6 rolls of this tape. Each roll was $3 and something cents at Walmart. And you go to the colored tape section, and they sell the reflective tape there. So that's where I got the tape from. And I'll show you a quick set of clips on how to prepare the bins. Enjoy. Okay, welcome to part 8. We're going to be talking about net cups and preparing them, protect them from light leak. I bought a bunch of electrical tape and I taped the tops of the net cups. So when you put the clay pebbles in, it stops the light from seeping in through the top into the bin and causing algae growth. You don't want algae growth in your root system. It'll stunt your plants. So I used electrical tape, and you have to remove the electrical tape after every use because the roots get stuck on the sticky part of the electrical tape. So it's a very cheap. I bought 5 rolls for like $3. So it doesn't cost a lot of money to use the electrical tape on the cups. Okay guys, welcome to part 9. This is something original that has been covered on the internet. This is my idea of building a fan system for the shelves. In my experiment in the month and a half, I ran 4 fans, or 5 fans, one on each shelf. The growth was about, was a little less than expected. As soon as I put dual fans, one on each side of the shelf, one was a 1500 RPM fan, the other one was 1000. The results was a third better growth from each head of lettuce. Another thing too is the fan stopped tip burn, the yellowing of the inner leaves, because what happens is fertilizer nutrient doesn't get sucked up out of the roots and it cannot aspire through the leaves, and you need natural airflow on your plants to encourage growth and prevent the leaves from turning yellow and a weird color. So it's suggested that you install a fan system on your rack. I opted to do computer fans. You can buy already fans where you plug in and have them do it that way. Or you can set up something more advanced like what I've got in this video. So we're going to show you guys how to build these fan brackets. I end up using aluminum downspout brackets. And I turn them into little things that hold the fans, and they lock into the shelves. So the next clip will show all of this information, the screws I used, the materials, the fans. So enjoy the next clips. Okay guys, welcome to part 10. In these clips I'm going to be covering the wiring to the fans, the Molex adapters. I found that using 18 gauge speaker wire is the same as what they require for the Molex spec. I cover the wire diagrams, and if I'm going too fast, pause the video and re-watch it, this part, if you're not familiar with wiring. It's very simple. You just got to find a 12 volt positive and then the ground and wire it accordingly. Okay guys, welcome to part 11. Today we're going to be discussing the power supply, how to bypass the on-off switch and to set it up with a timer. The power supply is designed to install into a computer system. The case fans are designed to be plugged into the motherboard. The power supply has a connector that goes into the motherboard, and the switch on your case turns the power supply on for your computer. So what I've done is I've basically, because I've built many computers, I have a video on here about a AMD computer build, a very nice computer, a 7950. If you ever had a chance to watch it, you can check that footage out. But most people that build computers, before they put them in, the power supply in, they'll run a test to make sure it turns on. And this is a standard thing most people understand. But if you've never built a computer before, I'm going to show you this information so that you can apply this. Purchase a power supply and bypass the on-off by connecting pins 4 and 5 together, and so that your power supply could turn on, and then you can leave it on and put it on a timer switch, and it'll turn on and off all day long. So the next following clips cover all this, so enjoy. Okay guys, welcome to part 12. I'm going to discuss the power supply shelving unit, how I mounted it to the side of the rack. The following clips will cover the brackets I used, the pipe clamps, the lumber. You can see the power supply and the timer switches. The timer, you'll notice in the clip with the timer switches, I have one that's set to 12 and 12 from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I tried that test and I found that the plants didn't grow as well as a 14-10 cycle. So I set the timers to start at 7 at night and shut off at 9 in the morning. And the reason why I did that with the timer for the lights is because my hydro rates are cheaper from 7 at night till 7 a.m. So I have time of use hydro here, and it's only half the price if you run your hydro at those times. So because I run grow lights, they run at night while I'm sleeping. So anyway, enjoy the next clips. It covers all this. Okay guys, welcome to part 13. This next section I filmed, I wrote down some notes here. We have explaining the shelves mounted to the lights mounted to the shelves with the wires that come off the sf600s, the lights. the distance from the lights to the plants. I'm just going to cut in right now and explain this. During my test cycle of the month and a half, I ran the lights an inch below each shelving level, and I was burning the plants because the PDF levels were too high on the plant surfaces. So I had to bring the lights all the way up tight up against the shelves, as you see in the next clips. And by doing this, it brought the PDF levels down to around 500 or under 500, which was okay, which means the plants were not getting too much light. And it's very important you set the height of the lights to the correct height. So I got this PDF, what they call a lux meter, and I purchased it off Amazon. I saw a video online about it and the software that you can get on your phone. And it's a cheaper way to measure PAR light readings and the distance to the height of your lights and what's hitting the plants than it is to actually go out and buy a PAR meter. So I wanted to do this as cheap as possible. So the next clips will cover light mounting, the heights, the PAR meter, and the software I use on my phone. So enjoy the clips. Okay guys, welcome to the last section, part 15. We're going to be talking about the top shelf, PVC pipe, the measurements, the type of pipe I use, the adapters, the distance. You have an option of using PVC glue, or you can just use electrical tape. I found I used electrical tape and just stuck with that because I could do minor adjustments. But anyway, the following clips cover all the information you need to know about that top shelf. And I ended up using the other camera because I could get up higher to film it. So enjoy the following clips.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Flashing red lights, driving at night, windowless ride, feeling alive. Nothing in sight, forever in flight. Follow those lines, we'll make it this time. Blurry street lights, work as a guide to memories that we're making tonight. Oh yeah, we'll make it tonight. Yeah. I'll do anything that I feel like I wanna do. I'm living life like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight, just always staying on the move. I'll go all night if that's just what.
Well guys, that was a lot of information to be covered in an hour. I hope you guys can apply this, build this shelf for yourselves, have some food security for your family. If there's ever a Ebola outbreak or salmonella, you're going to have fresh vegetables, lettuce that's chemical free, dirt free, bug free, and you know exactly what you're eating. So, and you're going to get 4 heads a week. So if you're doing this as a single person, this is a lot of lettuce. This type of shelf will feed 3 people 2 meals a week. That's how much lettuce it produces. So if you're doing a single, you can eat lettuce every day. So, and it'll take about 1 year and 2 months to accumulate the costs for all the stuff that's used on this shelf. But just think, after 1 year and 2 months, you have an unlimited supply of lettuce for your house. Anyway, thank you for watching Jack of All Trades. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and look for more videos to come in the future. You guys have a good night.